Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy GTA Gigafloppa. It's another day to make another video. You should already know. But in today's video, we're gonna talk about Noah's Ark, about the story of Noah. And before we talk about that, in the last previous video, we talked about Adam and Eve, and we also talked about in the first part. We also talked about the creation that God made in each days that he was on earth, you know, that you get. Yeah. And I just like to start in the beginning of the Bible, just to understand, just helps me understand, how it started, how the Bible started. And so that's what we're doing in each videos. We talk about the things in the Bible and the stories in the Bible, and just to educate you guys and hope you guys learn more about the Bible. So yeah, but I didn't even know, but one mistake I did do is the story that comes after Adam and Eve was the family of, not the family, but of the two brothers that were named Cain and Abel. I forgot to talk about that. I didn't know that was the story that happened after Adam and Eve. So we're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about the story of Cain and Abel, what happened to them. And we're also going to talk about Noah and his ark. So yeah. So I'll do two stories at once in one video. So yeah. And so enough talking. Let's get to the video. Okay, so first thing is Cain and Abel, about their story. And instead of reading, about reading about everything, I'm just gonna make it short, so these videos won't be too long and boring, you can say. So what happened in Cain and Abel's story was that Adam and Eve, they made two children, and they made two kids. One was called Cain and the other one was called Abel. Now Abel was the keeper of the sheep, and Cain, the second kid, was a tiller of the ground, and that was their job. That's pretty much what they worked with. And it said here in the Bible, it said that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to the Lord. He brought something to the Lord. And Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering. So Abel gave him a sheep, a herd, you can say, a flock. And the Lord respected Abel for his offering that he gave him. So yeah. And it says here, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. So God didn't like Cain's offering, He didn't respect Cain and his offering. And Cain, he grew very angry, and his countenance fell. So he got angry and he didn't want to do his work anymore, And so the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen?" So he pretty much asked him why he was angry and why his countenance fell. So the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry?" Oh, I already read that. "If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it." That's first what he said. And it says here, "Now Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and killed him." So that's what Cain did to Abel. Cain killed his own brother. Why, you may be asking? Because he was pretty much jealous of Abel, that the Lord respected Abel, but he didn't respect Cain. And he pretty much grew jealous, and that's the reason why he killed his own brother. So let's continue reading. So then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is Abel your brother?" He pretty much asked him that. He said, "I do not know." He was pretty much lying. "I am my brother's keeper." And he said, "What have you done?" "The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." God he felt something, like he like sensed something, and that's pretty much what happened. And Cain was like literally lying that he didn't know where he was. And it says here, and he said, when you till the ground, it shall no longer yield a string to you, a fugitive, a vagabond, you shall be on the earth. And Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground. I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be fugitive and a vagabond on the earth, and it will happen that anyone who finds me will kill me. And the Lord said to him, therefore, whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark on Cain, lest anyone finding him should kill him. So Cain got, he had a consequence, for his action. That's pretty much it of, pretty much what happened in that story. So conclusion is Cain and Abel. And Cain, he was the tiller of the ground, and Abel was the keeper of the sheep. And Abel, he brought offering to the Lord, and the Lord respected Abel, but the Lord didn't respect Cain, his offering. So you know what Cain did? He got jealous and angry, so he killed his own brother. That's the reason. That's what he did. And after that, Cain got punished. And yeah, that's pretty much what happens in that story. So let's get to the next story. Okay, so pretty much what happened after that is they made the population grew and grew and grew, and there's so many people that like the population pretty much grew, and the population grew all the way until Noah. And Noah, he had like he was like very old. He had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. He had 3 sons, and today we're gonna be talking about Noah and what he did. And pretty much after like making so many, the population grew. It came past that the men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them. So that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they choose. So they pretty much did, they started doing bad things, And God, he saw all the wickedness of the man on the earth, and he was grieved in his heart, meaning that, he didn't like it. He was upset that he didn't like the things that were happening on the earth, And so the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping thing and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. The Lord, he literally wanted, after seeing all the bad things, the wickedness on earth, he was pretty much gonna destroy every person facing on the earth, even animals too, even like creatures, like even animals and even birds, And so that's pretty much what he did, what he was gonna do. And he's like, he doubted, like he pretty much regret like making the creations, But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. So pretty much Noah was the he pretty much was like the chosen one, you can say, for God. And let's continue reading. So the next thing it says here, so pretty much Noah was just a man, perfect in his generation. Noah walked with God. So he was the only person that walked with God, the wise person that walked with God. And Noah had 3 sons, like I already said, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. I don't know if I said it right, but we're gonna keep moving forward. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. So much violence, you know what I mean? So God looked upon the earth, and indeed it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. So everything was corrupt, and everything on the earth was corrupt. So that's pretty much what happens. So the next title, it says the ark prepared. So this is when the ark was being prepared, before. We'll see why. If we Let's just continue reading why. What happens? And God said to Noah, "The end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth." So there is so much, God said that He was gonna end flesh, the people on the earth, and He was gonna destroy everything on earth. And he told Noah, "Make yourself an ark of gopher wood." So that's the type of wood he wanted him to make it with. "Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch." So he's told Noah what to do. He gave him you can say the blueprint of how to make the ark, and that's pretty much what Noah was gonna do. So let's continue reading. So, and this is how you shall make it. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. So that's pretty much the height and the width and everything for the ark. How it should be made. So yeah. "You shall make a window for the ark, and you shall finish it to a cubit from above." So you should make a window for it. "And set the door of the ark in its side, and you shall make it with lower, second, and third decks." So there's different layers of the ark. There's decks in it. And it says here, "And behold, I myself am bringing floodwaters on the earth to destroy from under heaven all flesh, in which is the breath of life. Everything that is on the earth shall die." So God, the reason why He's telling him to make the ark is because Jesus was going to flood the earth and destroy everything that's on it. Every human living thing and creature, like the animals and the birds on the earth. And He said that everything should die on it. So I know it's pretty rough. It's pretty much rough what God did, but since everything on the earth was filled with violence and so much bad things on it, God was he didn't like what he was seeing. So God was he was angry, he was disappointed, so He punished everything, by flooding the earth, and that's the reason why He did that. So let's continue reading. "But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall go into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you." So every person Noah himself, his son, and his wife, and the sons of the wives with you, So pretty much God told him to bring every person that he knows with him, And of every living thing of all flesh you shall bring 2 of every sort in the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. So God said to bring animals into the ark, and to keep them alive, you should bring 1 male and 1 female of every of the exact animal. So for example, God, you could say that you can only bring 2 dogs, and one of them has to be a female and one of them has to be a male. That's pretty much how God wanted it to be. You can't bring 2 males or 2 females, because they weren't gonna they can't reproduce. They can't make more animals. If you can't make more animals, they're gonna become extinct. So That's the reason why he said that. So let's continue reading. Well, they should be male and female. So that's what we read. Of the birds after their kind, of animals after their kind, and of every creeping thing on earth of the earth after its kind. 2 of every kind will come to you to keep them alive. And you shall take for yourself of all food that is eaten, and you shall gather it to yourself, and it shall be food for you and for them. So bring food for, so they won't starve, and that is Noah. Let's see here. Thus Noah did according to all that God commanded him. So he did. Noah did everything that God told him to do. So that's how faithful Noah was, to God. And that's the reason why God, gave gave Noah a chance, because chance to live, because Noah was the only faithful one to God. And so that's the reason why God helped Noah, instead of the other people that didn't believe in God. They didn't trust in God. So yeah. So, and then the great flood. So pretty much what happened, to make it short, what happened was Noah did everything that God told him to. He brought the animals, one male and one female. That's what he did. Animals, birds, all those species, so they won't become extinct, and so they can stay alive, the animals. And not only that, Noah and his family went in the ark, into the ark. And if after Noah went inside the ark, and everything was inside the ark, then that's when the flood, that's when it started raining. And it was going to rain on earth for 40 days and 40 nights. That's pretty much how many times it was going to rain on earth. And so the flood was on the earth for 40 days. Then the waters increased and lifted up the ark, and it rose high above the earth. And pretty much says how big the flood was. And it pretty much lifted up the ark. That's how big the flood was. And then what happened after that is they just chilled in the ark for a long time, until the rain stopped, and the flood become, it lowered, the flood lowered. And after that, Noah sent a dove, birds to check for land, and they just stayed on the water for a long time, until they found land. And every animal and Noah and his family went out the ark to go to the land. And that's pretty much what happens. And they pretty much found a new land, and they created more, the population grew again. And there's one part, I really don't know where it is, where it says that God sent out a rainbow, and then the rainbow pretty much represent, the reason why he sent out a rainbow is because God it pretty much was a sign that God wasn't going to uh pretty much God wasn't gonna flood the earth anymore. So that was the only time that was his promise, that he was never gonna flood the earth ever again. Like he would never flood the earth. Pretty much that's the promise that God made to Noah, and to every single one of us, that he ain't gonna flood the earth anymore. So yeah. So that's pretty much what happens on that story, in the story of Noah and the ark. And that's pretty much it. We finished everything. We finished the story. And the next story we're gonna talk about is the Tower of Babel. It's pretty much a tower, that it's just another story that we're gonna talk about in the next video. So it's a pretty good story. We literally covered 2 stories from the Bible of the and it's pretty good, pretty good stories. And I really don't have nothing else to say. Well, if there is a theme in the story, is for the Noah Ark story, for the theme for that is to be faithful, to listen to God, and to just be faithful to God. So just be faithful, so things like that, like consequences won't happen. So yeah. And Cain and Abel, I really don't know what theme is for that story. One theme is, well, I do have one theme for that story, is to not kill your own brother, and not kill your own family members, because obviously that's bad. That's you're murdering people, and that's just bad. So that's the theme for those 2 stories that I talked about. Hope you enjoyed those stories, and I just wanted to talk about those stories. And yeah, so this is the end of this video. I have nothing else to say. So, and also, this is the 3rd part of the. Yes, I do have things to say. This is the 3rd part of the story of the video, the Bible reading, and the next story, the 4th one. We're going to talk about the Tower of Babel, and we're going to talk about more stories, more other stories in the Bible, that happened in the Bible, but that's in the future. So I had to read these stories, I have to read the Bible, to understand the stories, and just to make videos, explain these stories to you guys, so you guys can learn more about the Bible. So yeah, and it's just reading the Bible, just understanding more about it, and just learning about new things in the Bible, stories in the Bible. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is the end of this video, and hope you're having a great day, and It's your boy GTA Gigaflopper. I'm signing out. Peace.